Hi, classy. It's Miss Eberly, of course. I'm here with you. So today we are finally going to solve some equations. So if you notice, I would like you to write down these 4 problems that I have for you. If you need to, pause the video in order to write this down because I'm going to start in. So all these 4 are similar in that all of these can be solved in one algebraic step. And we're going to show that step, and it'll be like our proof of how we got to our answer. Because some of these you can think in your head using number sense and figure out what the answer is. And we're trying to back that up and give another way of figuring out the answer, because you're going to get to some very complicated problems to where you're not necessarily going to know off the top of your head what the solution is. So you're going to have to know some algebraic steps. So let's start with this one. P minus 1 equals negative 12. So to solve this, I am trying, the whole goal is to figure out what the heck the value of P is. So in order to do that, as you can see on this left side of the equation, I'm trying to get the variable P alone. So I need to get rid of this minus 1, a subtraction by 1. So in order to do that, I'm going to do the opposite of a subtraction by 1, which is adding 1. And if I do that to one side, because this is an equal equation, I need to do it to the other side. So as you can see, on both sides of the equation, I have added 1. So now, on the left-hand side of the equation, if I simplify that beautiful mess, the negative 1 and the positive 1 cancel out. Those are opposites, and I'm just left with the variable P, which is what I want. I want that alone. And then I'll simplify this over here, and negative 12 plus 1 is negative 11. So I have my final answer, and if I actually plug it in to check, does negative 11 minus 1 give me negative 12? Yes, it does. Woohoo! Okay, so we got that one done. If you're like, oh my gosh, you erased it, rewind the video if you need it. Okay, let's go to the second one. This is solved in one step, except I switched this around on you. Usually you'll see the variable on the left, but this time it is on the right. Same thing, we're trying to get C alone. I want to know the value of C. So some of you can get this in your head, which is awesome. And then we need to figure out a way to get it algebraically. So how do we get rid of an addition by 3? How can we, if I add 3, will that get the 3's to cancel away? No. So I need to do the opposite of a 3, which is a negative 3. So 3 and a negative 3 is 0. So if I simplify this side of the equation, I'm left with just C. But remember, this is an equation, so what I do to one side, I need to do to the other. So now if I simplify this over here, you might say, well, what does that say? Is that a subtraction by 3 or is that a negative 3? Well, it could be both. Depends on how you think of it. You could have negative 10 minus 3, which gives you negative 13. Or you could think of it as negative 10 plus negative 3, which gives you negative 13. So either way, we're getting negative 13. So if I check my answer, that's what's nice about equations. If I sub in negative 13 for C, will this side simplify down to negative 10? Yes, it does, because we're just that good. Okay, so that problem's done. All right, let's go to this one. In this problem of h divided by negative, oh, and I already gave it away. This right here, this fraction bar is division by negative 9. And we're trying to figure out what is that h value going to be. So I'm going to rewrite this up here because I don't have much room. And I'm saying we're trying to get h all alone. Again, you might know what it is off the top of your head. I mean, could you tell? You should be able to tell if the answer is positive or negative. What do we need divided by a negative number to get it to be a positive number? Well, the h value would have to be negative. So the question is, what is that negative number going to be? Well, we need to get rid of this division by negative 9. So to get rid of a division by negative 9, we do the opposite of that and multiply by negative 9. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So the easy part to see here is the right side, that 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. And when I sub it back in, negative 27 divided by negative 9, will that give you 3? Yes, it does. It does. The hard part to see, you guys, is the reason why this works on the left side. How the heck does this simplify down to just h? Well, that's why I'm here for you. This is why. Because negative 9, if we multiply by it, negative 9 as a fraction is negative 9 over 1. So really here we have negative 9 times h over 1 times negative 9. So really, we have negative 9h over 1 times negative 9, which is negative 9. And what is negative 9 divided by negative 9? Oh my gosh, it's 1. That's why we're left with 1h, which is equivalent to negative 27. If you didn't follow that, I'll probably have to show you quite a few times in class. But you could rewind and try and figure that out. So the last problemo is this one over here on the right, and it's actually not your last one because I'm going to do some spicier ones. But we have negative 24k equals 144. And we are trying to get that value for k. We need it alone, so we need that negative 24 to go away. So we need to think about what is that opposite of multiplying by negative 24. Well, that would be dividing by negative 24. And then if you notice, negative 24 divided by negative 24 is 1k, which is what we want. We want to know what 1k is worth. And 144 divided by a negative would be a negative. And how many times does 24 go into 144? You know, I don't know. So maybe try 9. 9 times 4 is 36. That's 18. It's already too much. So we're at 216. So I need to try something else. What do you want to try? You want to try 8? Probably not. 7, 6. I'm at 4, 2. Oh my gosh, there it is. I'm so good. So this goes in 6 times. So 1k is worth negative 6. Okay, I told you that would not be it. Those are just the mild problems, meaning one step to solve it. Let's just try one equation where there's more than one step. Something like this. Boom. So how I know this is a two-step problem is because I have addition happening and I have multiplication happening. So I'm going to have to get rid of both. The whole point is to get down to what 1b is worth. And in order to solve when I have more than one operation, when I'm working backwards to solve, I need to use that order of operation and go backwards. Meaning I'm going to have to get rid of addition and subtraction first, and then multiplication and division. So let's look here. Do we have any addition and subtraction next to the b that I need to go away? Yes, I do. I have it right. Let me highlight it. I have this part that's being added to 3b. So how do we get rid of that? Well, to get 125 to vanish, I'm going to add its opposite to both sides because it's an equation. So now on this side, it will not simplify down to b yet, but it'll simplify down to 3b. And then over here, if I simplify this, 154.97 minus 125 would be, and I'm trying to do it, maybe you are too, which would be awesome, 29.97, because I subtracted 125. So that's what 3b's are worth. So now I need to get that 3 to vanish. I need the multiplication by 3 to go away. So to undo the multiplication by 3, I'm going to do the opposite and divide by 3. It's an equation, so I have to do the same thing to both sides. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm left with 1b, what 1b is worth, and that's what I want. And 29.97 divided by 3. And this is just simple division here, which hopefully you're following me with. 6, that's 18, that's, oops, everybody, sorry. That's 1, 17, 6, 5. Now it looks like I'm working in money, so I'm going to just go to the nearest cent, meaning this did not go in perfectly, so I'm going to go one more to see if I'd round this up or down. And 3 goes into 26 times. So I would say this is about $9.66. Whoa! See you in class.